animals. I hope you enjoyed last chapter, so I'm trying real hard to get chapters out, so sorry if they stink. Nagasa's Pav. Kayano and I began walking to a diner to grab some breakfast. We arrived not too long later and took a seat at a table. Kayano, what are you getting? I asked as she put down the menu. Just pancakes. Nagasa, I just remembered I left my suitcase NY your couch. What will your mom think? Kayano looked scared and upset that she might get caught and get Nagasa in trouble. Kayano, it's fine. I will say that I was going on a camping trip and you were walking with me to it. But your mom might call the school and ask about it just to find out it's fake. Kayano attempted to defy my logic. Actually, Karma called me a while ago and said we were gonna have one and to tell you, but I got sick. I said, rubbing the back of my head as Kayano sighed in relief. Kayano and I continued talking about the camping trip as our food arrived and a certain redhead and hid which friend came to join us. Hey Nagasa. Karma said, sliding next to me in the booth. What do you two want? Kayano asked, still mad from the potion. Oh, nothing much, just to remind you about the camping trip today. Are you going? Karma smiled evilly at if he had something planned. Yay, we're going. What about you two? I looked at Okuda and Karma. Why, yay, we're going, Okuda said, twiddling her thumbs. Okuda and Karma sat at our booth as we talked. After eating, Kayano and I walked home. Mom, I'm home and I brought a friend because we're going camping at the school grounds and she left her bag here because we were going to walk there. Nagasa's mom nodded and handed Kayano her bag as I ran upstairs to pack. Kayano's paw. I waited downstairs on the couch next to Nagasa's mom. To be honest, it was awkward. So tell me, Kayano, are you and Nagasa a couple? Nagasa's mom said this completely out of nowhere. I was in shock that I responded, why, yay, is something wrong? I tried not to make eye contact. No, I just wanted to know. So does he treat you well? She smirked playfully. What do you mean? I blushed a bright red. I'm kidding, sweetie. Nagasa came down and saw me blushing and his mom smiling. What happened here? Nagasa questioned. Oh, nothing, have a good trip. Oh, one more thing, treat her well, Nagasa. Nagasa's mom said, Pua, hang us out the door. We began walking to the school to get ready for the camp. On our way, we ran into other groups of students all excited for the trip. After a few minutes of walking, we reached the top of the hill. Enarfufu, thank you children for coming. So for the trip we will be doing things like hunting for food, working on teamwork, and staying in the wilderness with only the things you brought. Most students were excited and very few felt unprepared. Koro Tilda Sensei said we can do groups of most of two. Koro Tilda Sensei said us often told us to be back before lunch tomorrow. Nagasa and I teamed up and ran into the woods area in a different direction from everyone else. Hey Kayano, we have to find a place to make camp, Nagasa said, jumping into a tree looking for an area. How about near the river so we can catch fish? Nagasa nodded and we ran over to the area. To our surprise, no one was there. Nagasa's paw. Kayano and I arrived at the river and began setting up camp. I brought my multi-tool so I can set up a fire. Kayano nodded and I went out to get firewood. I was walking through the woods for a while when I came across a dead tree. I started breaking off branches. After gathering a few branches, I brought it back to camp where Kayano was standing in the pond. Hey Nagasa, I caught a few small fish, wanna come help? I nodded. I rolled up my pant legs and jumped in the pond. What was the point of rolling up you pant legs if you were gonna get us soaked? Kayano smiled and laughed and I chuckled. After catching a few fish, we decided to look for a shelter. Hey Kayano, there's a small cave over there. I pointed across the river. We gathered our fish, firewood, and belongings and ran over to the cave. This will be perfect, I said, laying down the firewood and pulling out my multi-tool and used the lighter to set the fire. I took off my soaking shirt and grabbed a new one from my bag. What are you doing? Kayano yelled while blushing. It's fine, it's just my shirt. I put on a plain white long sleeve ANF left the cave. You can get changed, Kayano. I will stand guard to make sure no one watches. Kayano changed and called me back inside. She was wearing a green dress with pink flowers. You look cute, Kayano. I smiped her as she blushed. I hope you enjoyed this chapter, and the picture is of Kayano's dress. The ears are just for fun. XOXO Yana Tilda Chan. Where stories live. Discover now.